First of all, I want to congratulate you because you're doing such an amazing job.
Thank you.
I see Elena and I see Catherine, and I forget that they're both played by you. Seriously.
That's the point. I mean, that's the goal. That's what I hope and work really hard to try to do. I want the audience to not think about who the actor is or what's going on. It's about the characters and what they're doing, what they're going through, and if if they don't, if they get distracted from that, then I'm not doing my job. So.
How do you get in the right mindset? Do you prepare like in a special way? Or?
I mean, there is a process, but not one that I feel comfortable talking about. I mean, becoming Catherine is very. They're just so different, and I have to go to very different places to become them, and step into their shoes and think about weird things. And it's almost like I developed a split personality disorder myself. It messes with your head when you have to go back and forth so often between these two people. But it's cool and it's fun, um, and I love it. And both characters feed different parts of my my cravings. They both really make me. I'm in love with both my characters.
We have a presentation, Kick-Ass Women. Tell us what makes each of them a kick-ass woman.
Well, I think that, I mean, Elena and Catherine are kick-ass women. Elena is strong and courageous, and I admire her very much because she goes through a lot and she deals with it with such grace, and she's very selfless and determined, and she is a wonderful, wonderful woman. I admire her in many ways. Catherine I admire in different kind of ways. I mean, she's selfish, which a lot of times is seen as a negative personality trait, but in many ways, being selfish is kind of necessary depending on your age. And you need to go through that period where you do everything you need to do for your reasons to understand yourself and to become the person that you are. So I think that she looks out for herself because she has to survive, and she's gone 500 plus years doing so, and she's done it well, and she literally kicks ass. She fights a lot, and she beats up the boys and plays with them, and she's to be feared and strong, but she's a woman. She's like a 21st century woman, even though she's really old. But they're very strong in different ways.
What are you allowed to tease me? I know how the production is, but what
We've
can you
talked
tease
about
me?
this so many times. I can always never tease anything. I have
At
to
all.
keep my lips completely tight. But I mean, the same thing that we always talk about. It's going to be, we're going to take off where we left off before the holidays. Catherine is in the tomb and figuring out how to get out of it, and it's proving to be very difficult because she's been compelled to stay in, and she's very helpless and very frustrated. And the more Catherine gets frustrated, the more she gets angry. The angrier she gets, things happen, and it's not good for anyone in Mystic Falls. So, with that said, Elena, on the other hand, is kind of in a funky place. She's decided to sacrifice herself and kind of prove that she is as selfless as I told you earlier. She'd rather give herself up than have 30 other people that she loves die in the process, because it's like a ratio thing. It's what mathematically makes sense. And she loves everyone too much. But there's a lot going on, and with the werewolves and the new characters, and then the introduction of Klaus coming up shortly. It's going to be interesting.
Like you said, Elena is selfless. But I've seen some hints, like, not hints, but she can also be manipulative if she wants to be. And I wonder if she could become a Catherine under the right circumstances. What do you think?
I think that I think Catherine was born the way she is, or that it's always kind of been there, and then experiences in her life, like having to run away and fend for herself and survive, have led her to become the person that she is now. But she's always had that in her, and Elena, I mean, everyone's manipulative in some way or another. When you think about it, everyone has their own agenda, and they're trying to figure something out, and in order to achieve their goals, they have to be manipulative or persuasive in some manner to get what they want. But I think, I guess you're right. I think she's more persuasive and successfully persuasive, and Catherine is manipulative.